The galaxy was vast and full of strange alliances, but none more unexpected than the one forged between Taser, a leopard-like alien warrior from the Planal area, and Max, a 16-year-old human boy from Earth. Their encounter would set in motion a chain of events that would alter the course of the alien war and challenge the very foundations of their worlds. Max's life had always been ordinary until the alien war began. It started with a rift in the sky above his small town, a shimmering tear through which alien ships poured like a storm. The invaders were not the sleek, humanoid beings he had seen in movies, they were feral, cat-like warriors with spotted fur and glowing amber eyes. The people of Earth called them the Leopards of the Void. Max was scavenging for supplies in the ruins of his high school when he first met Taser. She was wounded, her sleek black armor scorched, and her tail dragging in the dirt. Max froze, expecting her to attack, but instead of violence, she collapsed, muttering something in her language. Against all logic, Max decided to help her, using the little medical supplies he had scavenged. When Taser awoke, her gaze was softer, almost curious. "You saved me," she said in heavily accented English, her voice low and melodic. Max shrugged. "You didn't look like you were going to hurt me." Taser chuckled, a strange, purring sound. "Perhaps humans are not as weak as we thought." Taser revealed that she was part of a rebel faction among the Kerians, opposing the war her people waged against Earth. She explained that her kind valued strength, loyalty, and cunning above all else. By saving her, Max had unwittingly passed a sacred test of character in Kerian culture. "Your world is harsh," Taser said, "but you are resourceful. You remind me of a cub." "A cub?" Max asked, raising an eyebrow. "Yes," Taser said with a toothy grin, her fangs glinting. "And I have decided you will be mine." Max stared at her, utterly confused. "Wait, what?" "In Kerian terms, I adopt you as my cub. You will learn from me, and I will protect you." Life with Taser was nothing like Max had imagined. She was both a mentor and a fierce protector, teaching him survival skills that humans had long forgotten. She trained him to navigate by the stars, track prey, and even fight using alien weapons. As Max's skills grew, so did his understanding of the Kerian way of life. He learned that the Leopards of the Void were a proud, warrior race, bound by strict codes of honor and loyalty. Taser's rebellion against her own people was a testament to the depth of her convictions, and Max found himself drawn into the larger conflict, his fate now intertwined with the fate of two worlds. The alien war raged on, and with each passing day, Max's bond with Taser deepened. He found himself not only learning from her but also teaching her about the ways of his own world. Together, they forged a powerful partnership, one that would be tested in the crucible of the ongoing conflict. As they navigated the treacherous landscape of the alien war, Max and Taser encountered other factions, both Kerian and human, each with their own agendas and alliances. They discovered that the war was not as simple as it seemed, with hidden agendas and complex power struggles underlying the surface conflict. Max's understanding of the Kerian culture and the intricacies of the alien war grew, and he became a valuable asset to Taser's rebel faction. His quick thinking, resourcefulness, and growing combat skills made him an invaluable ally, and Taser's fierce protection and mentorship ensured his survival in the face of overwhelming odds. As Max and Taser delved deeper into the alien war, they uncovered a shocking truth: the conflict was not just a battle for resources or territory, but a struggle for the very future of the galaxy. The Kerian Empire, led by a ruthless and power-hungry ruler, sought to subjugate Earth and the other human colonies, driven by a belief in their own superiority and a desire for absolute control. Taser's rebel faction, which she had joined in a desperate attempt to stop the war, was but a small part of a larger resistance movement, one that stretched across the stars and united disparate factions in a common cause. Max's presence, as the adopted cub of a Kerian warrior, gave the resistance a unique perspective and a valuable strategic advantage. Together, Taser and Max worked tirelessly to gather intelligence, forge alliances, and plan daring operations that would chip away at the Kerian Empire's hold on the galaxy. Max's knowledge of human technology and his ability to navigate the often complex social dynamics of the Resistance proved invaluable, while Taser's combat skills and her understanding of Kerian culture and military tactics were instrumental in their success. As they delved deeper into the conflict, Max and Taser encountered a diverse array of allies, each with their own motivations and agendas. From seasoned Kerian rebels to cunning human intelligence operatives, the Resistance was a tapestry of different cultures and perspectives, united in their determination to overthrow the tyrannical Kerian Empire. One such ally was Jax, a gruff and experienced Kerian warrior who had long been disillusioned with the Empire's ways. Taser and Jax had fought side by side in the past, and their rapport was tinged with a mutual respect and understanding that came from years of shared struggle. Jax was initially skeptical of Max, seeing him as a liability, but over time, he came to appreciate the human's tenacity and resourcefulness. Another key ally was Alia, a brilliant young human scientist who had developed groundbreaking technologies that could tip the balance of the war. Alia's lab, a hidden research outpost on a remote moon, became a hub of activity as the Resistance worked to adapt her innovations for use in the field. As Max and Taser navigated the complex web of alliances and rivalries, they also had to contend with the constant threat of the Kerian Empire's forces. The Leopards of the Void were formidable opponents, their combat prowess honed by generations of warfare and their loyalty to the Empire unquestioning. In the midst of this escalating conflict, Max found himself facing his own personal demons. The loss of his family and the devastation of his home had left deep scars, and the brutality of the alien war threatened to extinguish the last vestiges of his humanity. It was in these darkest moments that Taser's steadfast presence and unwavering belief in him became a beacon of hope, guiding him through the chaos and reminding him of the true purpose of their struggle. As the Resistance's operations grew in scale and audacity, the Kerian Empire intensified its efforts to crush the rebellion. The stakes were higher than ever, and the fate of the galaxy hung in the balance. Max and Taser found themselves at the center of a series of daring raids and infiltration missions, each one more dangerous than the last. They worked in tandem, Taser's combat prowess and Kerian knowledge complementing Max's quick thinking and adaptability. One such mission took them deep into the heart of the Kerian Empire, to a heavily fortified research facility where the Empire was developing a powerful new weapon. Alia's intelligence had revealed that this weapon, if unleashed, could devastate entire planetary systems, turning them into lifeless wastelands. The plan was audacious: infiltrate the facility, disable the weapon, and extract Alia's research team before the Empire could react. As they made their way through the heavily guarded corridors, Max and Taser encountered fierce resistance from the Kerian forces. Their skills were put to the test, and Max found himself pushed to the limits of his abilities, relying on Taser's guidance and the lessons she had taught him. The battle was intense, with the two of them fighting back to back, Taser's claws and fangs a blur of deadly motion, while Max wielded his alien weaponry with growing precision. They pushed through the Kerian defenses, their determination fueled by the knowledge that failure would mean the destruction of countless worlds. In the end, they reached the weapon's control room, where they discovered a shocking truth: the weapon was not merely a tool of destruction, but a means of harnessing the very fabric of the universe itself. Alia's team had uncovered the existence of a powerful, ancient energy source that the Kerian Empire sought to control, and the weapon was designed to channel and amplify this energy for their own nefarious purposes. With time running out, Max and Taser worked together to disable the weapon, their combined skills and knowledge proving to be the key to success. As the facility began to crumble around them, they made a daring escape, reuniting with Alia and her team just in the nick of time. The mission's success was a major blow to the Kerian Empire, but it also shed light on the true nature of the conflict, a battle for the very soul of the galaxy, with the ancient energy source at the center of the struggle. As they regrouped and planned their next move, Max found himself grappling with the weight of their responsibility. The Resistance was not just fighting for freedom and justice, they were fighting to protect the delicate balance of the cosmos itself. The revelation of the ancient energy source had shaken him to his core, and he knew that the road ahead would be fraught with even greater challenges and sacrifices. With the knowledge of the Kerian Empire's true goal, to harness the ancient, powerful energy source at the heart of the galaxy, the Resistance knew that they had to act quickly and decisively. The stakes had never been higher, and the fate of not just Earth and the human colonies, but the entire galaxy, hung in the balance. Max and Taser, now integral members of the Resistance, worked tirelessly to devise a plan that would cripple the Empire's efforts to control the ancient energy. Alia's research had provided them with crucial insights, and they knew that their next move would have to be carefully calculated and executed. As they pored over intel and strategized with their allies, Max found himself drawn deeper into the complexities of the Kerian culture and the intricate web of alliances and rivalries that defined the Resistance. He had come to understand the Kerians as a complex people, proud, fierce, and driven by a strict code of honor, but also capable of great cruelty and ruthlessness when their beliefs were threatened. Taser had become not just his mentor and protector, but a close confidant, and Max found himself sharing his doubts and fears with her. He struggled with the weight of the responsibility thrust upon him, the knowledge that the future of the galaxy rested, in part, on his shoulders. "The path ahead will not be easy, cub," Taser said, her golden eyes meeting his gaze. "The Kerian Empire will stop at nothing to achieve their goals. We must be prepared for sacrifices, for difficult choices." Max nodded, his resolve hardening. "I'm ready, Taser. I may not be a Kerian, but this is my fight too. I won't let the Empire win." As they finalized their plan, Max and Taser knew that they would need to rely on all of their allies, both Kerian and human, to have any chance of success. They reached out to Jax and Alia, as well as other key members of the Resistance, and together they hatched a daring strategy that would strike at the very heart of the Kerian Empire's power. The mission was a dangerous one, requiring them to infiltrate a heavily fortified Kerian stronghold, where the Empire was consolidating its control over the ancient energy source. Max and Taser, along with a carefully selected team, would lead the assault, while Alia and her team worked to disrupt the Empire's communication and logistics networks. As they prepared to embark on their mission, Max found himself reflecting on how much his life had changed since that fateful day when he had encountered the wounded Kerian warrior in the ruins of his high school. He had come a long way, from a scared and uncertain young man to a vital member of the Resistance, a trusted ally to Taser, and a symbol of the unbreakable bond between humans and Kerians. The assault on the Kerian stronghold was a brutal and harrowing experience, testing the limits of Max and Taser's skills and endurance. They fought side by side, their movements synchronized, Taser's claws and fangs a blur of deadly precision, while Max wielded his alien weaponry with the skill of a seasoned warrior. As they pushed deeper into the heart of the facility, they encountered fierce resistance from the Kerian forces, who were determined to protect the ancient energy source at all costs. The battle raged on, with both sides refusing to back down, each fueled by the knowledge that the fate of the galaxy hung in the balance. Max and Taser fought with a ferocity born of their unbreakable bond, their trust in each other unwavering even as the chaos swirled around them. They knew that failure was not an option, that the success of the mission would determine the course of the entire alien war. In the midst of the fighting, Max caught a glimpse of the ancient energy source, a shimmering, ethereal power that seemed to hum with the very essence of the cosmos. He was awestruck by its beauty and the raw, primal energy it radiated, and he knew that he had to protect it at all costs. As the battle reached its climax, Max and Taser found themselves facing off against the Kerian Empire's most formidable warrior, a towering figure known as the Warlord. The Warlord was a living embodiment of the Kerian Empire's might, his skills honed by generations of warfare and his loyalty to the Empire unshakable. The fight was brutal and intense, with the Warlord's massive claws and powerful blows testing the limits of Max and Taser's defenses. But through their combined efforts, their trust in each other, and their unwavering determination, they managed to overcome the Warlord, delivering a decisive blow that crippled the Kerian Empire's hold on the ancient energy source. As the dust settled, Max and Taser stood triumphant, their allies having succeeded in disrupting the Empire's communication and logistics networks. The resistance had dealt a significant blow to the Kerian Empire, and the ancient energy source was now in their hands, a powerful tool that could be used to turn the tide of the war. But their victory was not without cost. Many brave souls had given their lives to make this moment possible, and Max and Taser knew that the fight was far from over. The Kerian Empire would not surrender easily, and they would need to be vigilant and prepared for the battles to come. As they surveyed the devastation around them, Max felt a deep sense of pride and purpose. He had come so far, from a scared and uncertain young man to a vital member of the resistance, a trusted ally to Taser, and a symbol of the unbreakable bond between humans and Kerians. Together, they had faced the greatest challenges and emerged victorious, their partnership forged in the crucible of the alien war. And as they looked to the future, Max and Taser knew that their story was far from over. The galaxy was vast and full of strange alliances, but theirs was one that would continue to shape the course of history, a testament to the power of friendship, trust, and the courage to fight for what is right.